At the risk of sounding negative, there are two things that I've been asked about a lot lately that I want to talk about, and I promise by the end of this video, I will have a positive spin and tie it back to my profession of the lovely mortgage business. First is the strength and health of the economy, especially given the GDP number that was released. The GDP number was 4.3 or whatever it was. The reason that I think people are getting stuck on this and it's not accurate is that number is an annualized number. So even though, yes, we had a nice quarter on paper, that 4 point whatever number is not for the year. That the annualized version of that is still going to come out to just over 2%, which is not that great, and in fact is worse than last year. And at the end of last year, no one was talking about how strong and great the economy was last year. So it's a misnomer in that number, and it is not as pretty as it looked. If you really want to nerd out, if you start diving into the specific segments of that GDP number, you'll see that the pieces of the GDP number that made it so strong were not the positive things like business production. It was things like consumer spending, most of which is done on credit, as the great American way will have it. So it's just not as strong of an economy as the administration and the media and everybody keeps talking about. If you kind of dive into all the other numbers, you look at the labor numbers, look at the consumer debt and the home equity debt, the economy is not doing as well as everyone wants to make it sound like it is doing. The second thing, as it specifically relates to the real estate market, I've been asked a bunch of times about the comments that were made the other day about how the crackdown on illegal immigration is going to free up housing and therefore transition the housing market into this beautiful and wonderful place. I'm not going to get politics or political. I'm certainly no scholar or pundit, but I have been doing mortgages for 25 years now, and I can tell you based on my expertise in that one and only field, the folks that we are deporting out of this country are not the folks that you are competing with to purchase $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 homes in the beautiful suburbs of Atlanta. Again, not political, and this is not based on racial profiling or any, this is based on specific actual mortgage facts. If you are an illegal immigrant in this country, you do not have a social security number, and you do not have credit, and it is really, really freaking hard to get a mortgage. So these people are not the people that are going to now all of a sudden free up this giant amount of housing space that now other folks are going to be able to go purchase homes because the availability is there. It's just not true. So unfortunately, again, media, politics, whatever, these just aren't the answers. So that's the negative piece. The positive spin on this and where I'm trying to go and why I put this video here is the economy is not doing that great. We are going to see better mortgage interest rates. The factors that lead to mortgage interest rates with the economy, with the job market, with things not being as good as they are, with inventory struggling, with the administration all but publicly saying that the next Fed chair has to lower rates or he won't get the job. Mortgage rates are probably going to continue to drop, and that's what we need. We need mortgage rates to come down. That will free up housing. That will cause people to list their houses. That will cause this amazing giant millennial generation to get back into the buying market. Mortgage rates coming down will fix the affordability problem, and it's the only thing that'll fix the affordability problem. And I think with these negative factors, it will cause the mortgage rates to come down, and it will solve some things for us. So again, sorry to be negative, Nancy, but I do think there's a positive spin on this, and I do think we're going big places. My name is Tom King. We are King Loans. We are Cornerstone Mortgage. It is super cold today. I hope you have a wonderful day.